Alright, so I'm making a video real quick to show you guys a little something about warding, so that when we play, you guys know where to place your wards. So let's get started on this if I can make this work. Let's go to borderless. Alright, so warding. I'm just going to leave this paused. You don't really need to see any gameplay to see this. So we'll start with mid lane. So mid lane, when you're playing through, you're going to be farming right around here. And if you ever get the minion wave pushed up against the enemy tower, or you kill the enemy laner or anything like that, there's a couple things you can do. So you're in here, you're going to be playing like, here, and you can, that's way too thick. What you can do to do your wards, let me get rid of that because that's annoying, is you can drop down through this bush here and place a ward right here. And what that'll do is it'll allow you to see the enemy doing their wraiths. It'll allow you to see the enemy jungler coming through here, back down towards his red buff, and it allows you to basically know which side of the map the enemy jungler is on. The other ward that you can place is you can buy a control ward, and you can put it in this bush here, or you can put it in the opposing bush on the other side of the river. The other good place to put a pink ward, if you're playing mid, is actually in this bush right here, because it'll allow you to see the jungler coming through if he's coming up the river, or it'll allow you to see if the enemy jungler is transitioning from one side of the jungle to the other right here. And either way, you'll see them with this ward right here. You want to place it like as far into the river as you can, and that looks like a nipple. So that's a couple places that you can put wards in when you're in the mid lane. So if you're playing top lane, Adam, my buddy Adam plays top lane all the time. There's a couple places you want to put wards. So if you can get your enemy shoved into their turret down here, or kill them or whatever, first of all, first and foremost, you should almost always, if not just always, have a ward in this bush right here. You should almost always have a ward there. And if you can, if you kill your enemy laner, or if you're shoved up or whatever like that, and you've got some time to roam to where you don't want to be shoved too far up in the lane because then you can get ganked, you can put a ward. There's a couple places here, and this is the more complex one, is top lane. So you get two wards out of your trinket. You can put one here and one here, and that allows you to see everything in this area. And once again, that looks like a nipple. So basically, you want to cover as much ground as you can with the wards. So this one here will cover this whole area, which will allow you to see the enemy at their red buff, or at their gromp, or transitioning from one to the other. And the other one, which was this one, you want to see the enemy transitioning maybe to come in for a lane gank. Like he'll be coming up through here and he'll go up here behind the turret. And it'll also allow you to see him going down towards or coming from his blue. So the two ward spots again are here and here. The other thing you can do as a top laner with your control ward is place one here, which might seem counterintuitive. It seems like it'd be an easy place to check, but you'd be surprised how many times people do not check that bush. The other place that you could put a ward top lane, if you're really ahead and you're just feeling safe or whatever, or the mid laner also died, like if you get to kill top lane and mid lane, so both lanes are empty or both lanes are pressured, you can even go as far as to put one right here, which will allow you to see the enemy jungler transitioning to this side of the jungle. You can also put a pink ward right here, which will also see the enemy transitioning to this side of the jungle. And once again, I've drawn a nipple. Now bottom lane, we don't really play bottom lane between the three of us, so this might not be the greatest thing, but just in case you're ever down here, first and foremost, you always want to have a ward here. And beyond that, if you're a little bit more pressured up in lane, you can move around if the enemy laners went back, or if you killed them or anything like that. There's a couple places you can put wards down here as well. You can put a ward here to see an enemy jungler coming in for a gank, or coming in for a gank here. Or you can put one here in this bush, which will allow you to see the enemy doing their krugs, so you'll know that they're there on that side of the jungle. Or you can put one here, and you want to put this as far up into this bush as possible, which will allow you to see this whole area right here, which will allow you to see the jungler coming down from this side of the jungle. It'll allow you to see the enemy jungler doing their red, and it'll allow you to see the jungler going down to the south part of their jungle. And so those are all the places that you can put wards, and obviously this is just flip-flopped on the other side. So I hope this is helpful. A couple other places to put wards, like later in the game when you're actually moving around. You can put wards, like this is like when towers have fallen and team fights are starting to break out and you're pushing up on the map. You can put one in this bush here, which will allow you to see the jungler coming in or transitioning from this part of the jungle. Another good one is to put one here, which will allow you to see the enemy jungler going up this way or coming down this way to do their wolves and just be moving through the jungle. And those are pretty much the best places for wards as far as just keeping track of the enemy jungler and just keeping overall vision. Obviously, later in the game, you want to keep Baron warded, and you want to keep Dragon warded down here. And once again, I've drawn a nipple. So that's warding, and that's pretty much all that needs to be said about it.